How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So last week I went on another after school mission with my friend Rayse, and we went to the spot where, I don't know if you guys remember, but in my last video, if you saw that, I shot 2 weke nonos and a yellow spot and a moo that I all didn't get on camera. And so we went back to the same spot where I shot those fish, and in hopes of getting footage of me shooting the weke nonos, and the weke nonos taste super good, so I wanted some more. And yeah, so we just sent it out to the same spot, hoping to get on some action, and we managed to shoot some nice fish. As you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail, I didn't end up finding the weke nonos or a yellow spot or a moo, but I did shoot a bunch of fish, and Ray shot some fish as well. So I'm gonna show you guys that footage real quick, and then I made a super delicious recipe with the Opelu kala at the end. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the water. Shoots. Alright guys, so on this drop I didn't shoot anything, but I wanted to just show you guys the drop itself, because this zone that I'm in right now is actually, if you remember in my last video, I shot 2 big weke nonos and a good sized yellow spot, and I didn't get them on camera, but this is exactly where I shot those fish. And the nonos were hanging out in the sand that's right in front of me. And if you can see that ledge behind me there, that's where I was sitting trying to call stuff in when the yellow spot just came right up to me. Unfortunately, this time there was nothing really in this zone. I did a couple more drops on it and had some moves, but they were pretty smart. And a bunch of those polanis and pualus and some Opelu kala, but they weren't that big, so I didn't shoot any of them. But I did see a few weke nonos, but they were really small. They were probably only like maybe 10 inches, 10 or 11 inches, so not big enough to where I would be like willing to shoot them. And unfortunately, the school of all the big ones wasn't around this day. So here I saw a school of big Opelu kalas just swimming around, and I wasn't really seeing anything, so I decided to take a drop on them and see if I could dive bomb one of the bigger ones in the school. And you can see there's a baby white tip over there. So I'm just kind of chasing down this Opelu kala, because Opelu kala, they're not super smart and they're a pretty big target. So I just line up, take a shot, got a nice solid holding shot. The nice thing about Opelu kala is that their skin is super thick, so when you put a shot in them, as long as it's not really like way too high or way too low, chances are even if you get them in the guts, they're not going to rip off, because their skin is so tough that it kind of helps keep the spear in. So solid Opelu kala. There's 2 kinds of Opelu kala that live in Oahu or in Hawaii, and one of them, this kind tends to not grow a horn, unlike the other kind. And in my opinion, these guys actually taste a little bit better because they tend to live in a little bit deeper water as well. So I'm gonna be doing a catch and cook on this one at the end of this video. So on this drop, I saw a pretty good sized kumu go into this hole. I actually saw it earlier and I took a shot at it in a hole, and I don't know how I missed, but I missed. When he came out of the hole, I tried to shoot it, and I don't know, I guess I rushed it, but I saw him again, found him underneath this ledge here. You can see him just doing circles under there, like super chill, even though I already shot at him. So I just line up, I'm kind of tracking him, and I take my shot there. That wasn't the best shot that I could have taken because he was kind of facing away from me, but those surgeon fish kept getting in my way when he was at better opportunities for me to shoot, like when he was perfectly broadside. But main thing is I got him, and I knew I shot him in kind of in the gut, so I didn't want to chance him ripping off or him getting eaten by an eel in that hole, so I just rushed over and I grabbed him, which in general I wouldn't do. I would just go up to the surface, but with this kumu I didn't want to take any chances because kumus tend to rip off really easy because their meat and their skin is super soft, so it's really easy for them to rip off if you don't have a good shot. As you can see, he was already close to ripping off there, and he was barely on there at all, like maybe for a few seconds, and he was already close to ripping off. But got him. Really good size kumu. Bruh, this thing is massive, dude. That's the biggest flounder I've ever seen. Oh my god. Bruh. Right, you should get him checked for state record. I don't know what it is, but that thing is huge. Not one, but two monster flounders. This thing is huge. What's the state record?
4.54.
Bruh, this thing is bigger than 4.5,
I think
bro.
so, bro.
Dude.
I think so. We got a state record flounder.
Bruh, you gotta weigh this thing. Oh my god. I think 5, bruh. I think.
I'm guessing 5 too, bro. I think it's meat on it.
That is huge, dude. Alright guys, we got the fish here. I got this collie. This good sized kumu. And then this big Opelu kala. And then Rayse's 2 giant flounders. This one's big. Like, yeah, he's big. But this one is huge. So I ended up taking Rayse's fish because he actually didn't have a cooler for the flounders, so I just took it for him and he's gonna come pick it up later. But while I have it, I'm gonna try and get a weight on this and see if it's bigger than the current state record, which is 4.5 pounds. Man, this thing is giant. Like, look, compared to my hand, this thing is huge. And then we'll do a little catch and cook with this Opelu kala right here. Alright guys, we're gonna try and get a weight on the bigger flounder. So we got 0 pounds on the scale. And lift. Oh! Oh, no way! That is pretty dang close. Wow, I honestly thought it would be over, but here, let's try weight again. All right, so once again, 0 on the scale. Up. Dang. That is close. That is really freaking close. Wow, Rayse almost had a state record. That's crazy. So the current record is 4.54, and this is 4.3 and 4.38, so 0.2 pounds less. That's pretty nuts. So on this Opelu kala, I wanted to try this recipe that I haven't tried on this channel before, but I have tried it like when I wasn't recording, and it's a little bit of a searing kind of recipe. So basically I just take this seasoning here, this Mexican blend, and I just completely coat the fillets. And this is just one fillet, and I cut it in half, and this was the half that I was gonna eat. So you just completely coat it, like you cover it, like not like a normal amount of seasoning. You gotta like really cover this thing like that, and both sides are completely covered. And then you put a little bit of oil in a pan. Sorry, my camera job is terrible here, but a little bit of oil just to cover the surface of the pan, and then you put it on and you leave it for maybe like 30 40 seconds on really high heat. And then you flip it. There should be a nice char like that, and then the inside comes out raw like sashimi, but the outside is kind of cooked, and it tastes really good. This Opelu kala tasted super good. I had footage of me eating it, but I don't know what happened to it. But it's super good. I highly suggest it. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I mentioned, I had a recording of me eating the Opelu kala and like showing my reaction, because I haven't cooked Opelu kala that way ever before. And I don't know what happened to it. I swear I was recording, but I guess I wasn't. Just been having lots of camera troubles recently. But, you know, it is what it is. It was absolutely delicious. The Opelu kala, the raw part was super tender and soft and kind of like really easy to chew. I thought it was going to taste like limu as well, because Opelu kala, although they are a deeper water species, they tend to eat like floating limu and whatever algae they can find on the bottom and stuff. But they didn't taste at all like fish or at all like limu, and it was just really amazing. And that Mexican seasoning is super good. And Rayse's flounder, almost a state record. He's actually going to try and weigh it again on a scale that's a little bit more accurate, because 0.2 pounds is barely anything, and he was that close, so close to having the state record. So he's going to try and weigh it again, and we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys if he gets the state record on my Instagram, so go follow that. It's in the description below. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. And I'll see you in the next one. Shoots, everybody.